Bastions. Crazy dangerous and also crazy loot. I mean, these are probably the best additions to the old 1.16 Nether update. These are insanely OP. They are also insanely dangerous. You can get the best loot, and this is where most players die. Contradicting, I know, but it is worth the risk, guys. This video is just a short video showing you how to identify bastions when you come across them in the nether. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you will potentially die. And for someone like me in a hardcore world, I don't want to die. So, definitely watch this video all the way to the end where we discuss the 4 types of bastions and the loot and the mobs you can find that could potentially be the death of you. This episode will be published just before the video of me exploring one of these nether bastions that I found in my hardcore world. If you want to watch that and skip this tutorial, which I highly recommend you don't, you can watch it in this card above here. And without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial. If there's things that you think I left out, please put in the comments and give me your insights. And also be sure to share with the others what you have to say so they do not die in their worlds. Enjoy the video, guys. So bastions, let's talk about them. When it comes to bastions, there are exactly 4 types of bastions. The one that we have here is the first type of bastions we're going to be looking at today, which is the housing bastion. We can tell that this is a housing bastion by the tall tower on the right hand side and the small little wart farm that they have growing here in the very center of the bastion. In this bastion you would find next to no hoglins, and there would be piglin brutes almost everywhere. Before we look at the next type of bastion, mobs, let's talk about them. So in a bastion you would find 4 types of mobs, and they would be all obviously pig related. We would get the piglin brute, which is the badass piglin, probably one of the strongest mobs in the game. They could definitely take you out in a few good sweeps of their golden axe if not protected well. The more common kind of piglin, the piglin, you would see them the most in these bastions. Then we would have the hoglin, which is the giant boar which we can use to get food from, and they would be found in the stables bastion. And then we have the everyday zombified piglin. Piglins, however, are afraid of zombified piglins, so they will definitely be repelled by them, and piglins will hunt these hoglins. When it comes to what you will need in a bastion, you will definitely need one of these things. You will need a hopper, because if you loot any of the chests in the hopper and the piglins see you, you will be attacked by every single piglin in that bastion. If you use a hopper to drain out all of the items in the chest, the piglins are apparently too dumb to notice it. You'll definitely need blocks to get your way around and also block yourself off from potential danger, and you'll need golden boots. Piglins will not attack you if you're wearing at least 1 piece of golden armor, and golden boots would probably be your best bet. However, the piglin brutes, they are completely aggressive mobs. They will attack you no matter what. So you would probably want to either kill them in these possible ways. You would either have to use lava or a way to distract them. However, you could also just go sicko mode or ultra instinct and just
kill them all.
But if you are not that kind of player, you can simply avoid them by blocking yourself away from them, burning them with lava, or using a good sword or bow. The loot we could find in these bastions would be as follows. We would have the gilded blackstone, which you can mine to get either the silk touch version of this, or you can just get golden nuggets from this. The second type of loot we would find is these piglin snout blocks. This isn't the loot, but what you could potentially find behind them is a block of gold. If you see a little snout blackstone block like this, there would most often be a gold block behind them. And then in terms of chest, which remember, use a hopper to get the items out of, you could find items up to these kinds of things. You could potentially find diamonds and diamond tools, a lot of gold and golden apples. If you are lucky, you would find the Lena Rene Pig Step disc, music disc, which is probably the most rare thing you would find in one of these chests. You could find potential blocks, random blocks that are scattered out, and arrows and spectral arrows, and then maybe some food and iron along the way. Overall, when looking at a bastion, make sure you can get the maximum amount of loot out of them. It would be definitely worth your time. Over here, we have the next type of bastion, which is the bridge bastion remnant. How we can identify one of these is the obvious bridge going throughout the bastion covered in lava, and then one of these golden pig statues, which can give you up to about 15 to 16 blocks of gold. Of course, if you mine this, the piglins will attack you, so be careful in doing this. In terms of loot, if you go up here past the lava, there should be a little area where you can find a chest. We'll just keep on walking and you can find a chest which is surrounded by 3 piglin brutes. Make sure your armor is top tier, because these guys will definitely be doing some damage to you. As you can see, this is the type of loot you'll be finding from the bridge bastion remnant, and here you can find a very nice pickaxe. And here we have it, gamers. This bastion remnant is called the Bastion Hoglin Stables, or just the Hoglin Stables. This is one of the more common bastions that you might find. They're still extremely dangerous, however their loot is the worst out of all the bastions. Any bastion you will find is a good bastion, but out of the other 3 types, this is definitely the worst. It's too dangerous and the loot is not rewarding enough. These kinds of bastions will have a bunch of hoglins and baby hoglins, and then maybe the occasional brute, but you will find very little of them here. Chest-wise, we'll find maybe some enchanted books and just a few golden items. Not a lot of good things. And there are very few chests around here, which I'm actually struggling to find. There's like around 3 different types of chests that you can find in here, and overall they are not amazing. The last type of bastion we'll be looking at today, before we get into the hardcore video, would be the best one. Save the best for last, guys. This will be the treasure bastion remnant. This is absolutely the best, most OP bastion you'll find in the game. Because this is the best one, it'll be surrounded by piglin brutes, so you might want to get a handle on them before you start looting this place. It's definitely the biggest bastion. How you can identify it is its sheer girth and the occasional on fire bonfires that are lit around here, and the lava pool at the bottom, which is surrounded by lava. However, the best loot can be found here. I mean, look at this, guys. It's surrounded by 1 piglin brute, and you can get like up to 10 blocks of gold. It is risky, but the loot, I would say, is definitely worth it for someone like me, who does not have a lot of diamonds in the hardcore world. They will have one of these magma cube spawners, which could potentially make it even more dangerous, but if you have the correct gear, it is definitely worthwhile looting. So that's pretty much the best I can sum it up about bastions. Hopefully you guys got some value out of that. I have been Jensen Jupiter. This has been a video on basic knowledge over the new bastion remnants, and if you enjoyed this video or learned something, please be sure to like and subscribe, or just leave a comment on what I could have missed or what I could have done better, or if you actually benefited from this video. So if you've made it this far, please be sure to do those things if you want to, but for now, cheers, I'll see you in the next video.